Okay, so here we go. I'm Dina. I'm a mom. I'm middle-aged. I'm a nurse. I currently work as a director of surgery. Um, what else? Single, I guess divorced. Um, and like a lot of people, I'm just trying to figure things out. I've gotten to this point in my life where I'm doing okay financially. Like, I guess by most US standards, I'm doing pretty good. It doesn't feel like it though, because I have a lot of places where that money has to go and a lot of people that I help support. That might sound familiar to some of you too. I don't know. But getting to that point where you aren't really having a midlife crisis, but you're trying to figure out what the second half's going to look like. And excuse me, for me, I realized I had some thinking to do. I work really, really hard, and then I come home and start my second job, really. I have a son that has some special needs. He's high functioning, but he needs some help with things. And it also sometimes means my house needs a little extra looking after too. So there's a lot that goes into my day before I can lay my head down. And then, like a lot of you, I have other goals for myself. So I'm working on a startup. I have a small business that I'm actually trying to wind down, or rather hand off to another franchisee. It's a franchise unit. And it's just too much, right? So I bit off a lot of things, and I'm doing okay with it. I am also in a doctoral program. My doctoral program is whole health leadership. And we are the first cohort to ever do this program as a doctoral program. So that's exciting. I really, really enjoy the content, and I really enjoy the cohort as well. The instructors are wonderful, and so that part makes it feel easier to want to stay engaged and do the work. However, it is still another thing that is work, right? So I've spent some time just trying to figure out what's going to make me happy, right? And I also learned in the last few months that I am currently needing to reduce my blood sugar. So the doctor and I both agreed that it's really stress, because I'm not overweight. I don't know if you can tell in this the way I'm sitting here, but I'm like a size 6 with boobs. And I exercise, I eat organic, I try to, keep it together. And even so, I'm fighting, some genetic aspect and some environmental aspect. So, as another thing that kind of just made me think about what I need to do for my own life to make it look like what I want it to look like. And realizing that the time is going by, I can't reclaim my time. And so I need to figure it out. And I want my life to feel comfortable. I know there was like a whole trend of people talking about wanting to have the soft life. I've never had the soft life. I've always worked. I've worked since I was 14 years old. Sometimes I've had 2 jobs. And, I don't have a problem with working. Like I have a good work ethic. I have an excellent work ethic, actually. But I also want to get to a point where I can see retirement in my future. I want to get to a point where if I want to vacation multiple times a year, that's not a problem. And it wouldn't be lovely to have someone to do that with. That's another project for another day. But at any rate, this channel, Added Beauty, is my attempt at figuring it out. And I thought it might be fun to take some of you with me. I feel some days just bone tired. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, bone tired. but I am a Christian woman. I have a very strong relationship with God, and basically we had a conversation, and it's like, yo, you gotta, save your life, sis. And he's gonna open some doors for me. I know that. He always has, always will. But I gotta open some for myself, right? And that might mean that I have to make some changes. So if I want a different outcome, I have to do different things. And you have to do it even if you're afraid. You have to do it even if you're tired. You have to rearrange your life to make it look like what you want, or else you can't complain about it. So here I go. So, I'm in my 50s. I don't feel like it most of the time. I think in my brain, I feel like I'm in my 30s. But then every once in a while, when you wake up in the morning, your back tells you you're in your 50s. But I'm working on that too. So the ways that I'm going to work on it, I feel like I'm a creative, even though I work in a scientific field, and even though I believe in evidence-based practice very much. And I believe in the Western healthcare model to an extent, but I also know that there are other things out there that work, and there are a lot of natural things that can be helpful too. So, I've been spending some more time, especially because of my doctoral program, which is in whole health, and covers things like complementary and alternative modalities. It covers things like functional nutrition and exercise, mindfulness, all the things that just learning about it has also opened up the opportunities for me to experiment with some of it. And so I will. And so I have. And so, going forward, that's what's happening. My new semester, I've got 3 more to go, starts tomorrow. And so this is me keeping a covenant with myself that I said I was going to do this. So I am doing this video today before it gets crazy again. I've committed to doing a video every day for at least the next 100 days. I got that advice from another YouTuber who I did a masterclass with, and I just enjoy watching her, and it's one of those things where you watch the person and you listen to the person and you're like, I'd probably be friends with that person, and that's what I'm hoping, that along the way I will run into some folks here that we vibe, we understand each other, we can help each other figure some things out. And yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's also really fun because I get a chance to do something that's outside of what I would normally do in a day. And it's going to be an exercise in discipline as well, because if I say I'm going to do 100 days in a row, I better do 100 days in a row. I have 2 adult children. Like I said, one has some special needs. And I feel like between them and my mom, who's now deceased, I spend a lot of time just caretaking. I do caretaking at work. Again, I said I'm a nurse. And then caretaking at home. And then you start thinking about, well, who's caretaking for me, right? And what's my fallback, my parachute, my soft place to land if I needed to take a break, or if I needed to sit down, or if I needed somebody to just say, baby, it's going to be all right. And I don't always, a lot of well, you don't know me yet, but a lot of my adult life, I've been single and just grinding and just working. I took care of my mom for years until she passed, but that's okay. It was my privilege because she took good care of me for many years before that. And now at this point in my life, I realize it's time for me to take care of me. And so in this process, over these 100 days, I'm going to try some stuff. I'm going to go have a massage. I'm going to go try a head spa. I'm gonna have to take Sheila off to do that, but it's okay. And I'm gonna go try Tai Chi and Qigong and have a Reiki session, or I don't even know if I said that right, but you get the idea. This semester is going to involve a lot of nutrition and things related to that, so I'm looking forward to that. We do long weekend intensive at the end of every kind of other semester, so I think I've got one in April, and I get to travel for that, so that'll be fun. I think we're going either to Tennessee or Vermont. I don't know if they've decided yet. But I've not been to, I've been to Tennessee. I've never been to Vermont. So we'll see. Could be fun. I'm going to try some recipes. I'm going to try to make myself keep working out. I've lost a couple more pounds, even though I wasn't really overweight, but I want to try to get as small as I can in terms of helping my blood sugar. And I'm going to try dating a little bit too. Just see what's going on, right? I like to find good deals. Mama likes a deal. So there might be some shopping involved. Things that I really enjoy are home decor and having a gracious home. I think, home goods is probably like my crack. Sorry. But I go in there and zone out, and all of them, Home Goods, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx. Those are my jam. A good thrift shop is my jam. And then every once in a while, I'll splurge on some certain things. I'm pretty particular about my perfume. So I just did that Baccarat Rouge. Ugh. But the nice thing about nice perfume is you really don't need to buy a bottle more than once a year. But those are the kinds of things, right? I want to explore. I want to see what else is out there. And find ways to add balance to my life. Add comfort. Add maybe a little luxury, but on a budget. And just really be a little more expansive in my life, I think, is a good way to put it. I found myself, like today's a Sunday night, right? And so maybe there's some Sunday night anxiety that happens about, oh gosh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. And there's a lot of good people there, and we do a lot of good work. It's not that, right? But it's just you're getting back to the grind. It always takes more than 40 hours of your week. And you may find yourself like living for the weekend and hoping that you speed through the week. And then, I had to stop and think about it, and I'm like, but that means I'm speeding through my life, right? I don't want to do that. I want to be able to savor moments on every day, not just waiting for Saturday and Sunday. And I want to just see what's out there. I live in a really vibrant state. I'm in California. I live in a vibrant city. I'm in Long Beach. Shout out to the LBC. And there's like literally something to do all day, every day. There's great farmers markets. I have a cool gym. Shout out to Iconics. And, I get the luxury of things like doing my yoga class overlooking the ocean. Where, that's rare, right? So I'm not complaining. I have a lot of good things going on. It's just that it could be better. And why not try to optimize? Why not try to meet new people, try new things, make some new friends, maybe find a dude. You never know, right? I'm open. And in the meantime, try to heal myself. Heal myself with better food, with a better workout schedule, trying to continue to do some of the things I'm already doing, like eating more organics and less processed food, Meandering. I like to meander. That's my word for it. My kids laugh because when they're growing up, I'd sometimes on the weekend I'd say, "Come on, let's get in the car." We get in the car and just drive, and we'd see where we ended up. Right? Sometimes it was Santa Barbara. Sometimes it was Ventura. Sometimes it was San Diego, or somewhere in Riverside. Whatever. Just to be out, just to get some daylight, get some sun on your face. And I think I'm a water baby. I like to be by the ocean. I live by the ocean for that reason. And, there's a lot of natural beauty here. So it's kind of the reason why you spend too much money to live here. So you might as well take advantage of it, right? So I just want to do more of that. I want to feel free to move about the cabin and not feel bad about it. I don't want to feel the feeling that I was having of maybe guilt if you're not in constant motion or constantly being productive. And that's not normal. Like that's an American way of doing things. People in other places take breaks. Like they have slow lunches. They buy their food at a farmer's market every couple of days without all the preservatives. They vacation regularly and are able to unplug at some point. Like, when's the last time you had a day where your job didn't call you or text you all day, every day, and at night? Like, I want to just have those moments of peace. And I think you have to create that for yourself. I think you have to carve it out. You have to set an intention and you have to set a boundary. And so I'm going to do all of that. I know that's a big list. But I just want to take it in daily bites. And today's bite was just getting started. I'm proud of myself for doing that. If you're still listening to me, maybe we have some things in common, and hopefully we'll be able to interact and you can tell me yours and I'll tell you mine. I think I want to work through a number of things in this time. And hopefully as I'm working through mine, it will be helpful for somebody that's watching to be able to work through theirs. One of the things I have to work through is setting up will and trust situation, which I should have done years ago, especially having, the kids that I have. But I really want to work through how do you make sure your adult children that have some special needs are good if you're not here? And who do you trust with that? And the system is not really set up to, that's another story for another time too, but the system's not really set up to help them be able to have assets or a safety net, really. And so those are some of the things that I got to work through. I got to work through going to get this pedicure that I've been saying I was going to do for the last couple of days. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe that's for tomorrow. It won't happen on camera, though. You don't get to see my feet just yet. But, yeah. I think this is a good spot to stop. I think it's just pushing past the normal, the usual, the regular, and doing something different with a different expectation, and trying and failing and iterating and keep moving and, finding your groove, right? And that's life in general anyway. Spend a lot of time praying, try to spend a lot of time listening, and hopefully now I get to spend some more time growing. So Added Beauty is the name of the channel. The intention is to add beauty to my life and add beauty to yours, to your heart, to your health, to your home, to your table, your diet, to your travel, to your fashion. Because it's not just, it's not just the aesthetic. It is like having art and having culture it adds something to your soul. And having beauty in your home makes it feel more peaceful. And having beauty on your plate is probably going to be more healthful. And trying different things and tapping into your creative side is going to add to your life. And I know it adds to mine. So that's what I'm going to do. Come along with me and let's get this. Let's rest together. Let's heal together. Let's celebrate together. Let's find some added beauty.